Hello, please be nice to me. All right, I can try. I want to play a rhino or two, create a token of them, copy with Ghired, fill my board with big men. Many of the token makers create temporary tokens, so Ghired and other token copiers let me turn them into long-term value. When things go right, it can fill the board with multiple threats that deserve an answer, multiple Stormherd dignitaries, multiple... Oh, it is like a rhinos deck. Railway brawlers. I'm okay with you. If you copy a token that gets sacked at the end of turn, doesn't it get sacked still? Am I wrong in thinking this? Like if you copy like a Jaxus copied token, that token explodes and dies. No. Yeah, I was just under the impression that's not how that worked. There's no budget restrictions. The deck is slow. Gameplay requires too much setup and a fair amount of luck. Well, I can point to immediately where your issues are in terms of slowness. Depends on the copy. In what way? Anyway, first major issue. We have a lot of 3-drop removal spells. So when you remove something, that's the only thing you're doing that turn. Because you don't have enough mana for 4-drop Rhino that does nothing. And also 3 mana removal. Pick your struggle. You can have versatile removal. You need cheap threats. You can have expensive clunky threats. You need cheap removal. That's the trade-off. So I'm really off Naya's Charm, Beast Within. Even your protection spells should probably be cheap. Whoa! Maldhound, rating with 88 viewers. Thank you. We're looking at a Rhino Ghired deck. Like, this is a Rhino Creatures Matter. If it copies the ability or gives the ability sack at the beginning of the step, it will get sacked. Copies of the token won't. If the source says sack it, then it sacks it. Weird. Okay. Anyway, long story short, sounds like we're fine. So anyway, I just got off my high horse, Raiders. By the way, I'm 3-3 Elk. If you want a deck review by me, you can get one through the coffee, or you can watch long enough and get a free deck review. Whoa, that's so much value. So do all that. It's the best way to support the stream. I do deck reviews like Mauled. I'm also on a podcast and stuff, but you probably know who I am. For me, you can have expensive, clunky threats. This is what I was saying before the raid. And you can have expensive, clunky removal. You can't have both at the same time. You need either cheap, efficient removal with expensive threats or cheap threats with expensive, versatile removal. But you can't do both because one eats into the other. It becomes a nightmare. I like the crashing footfalls in theory. You need to cascade and you need to cheat it in some way. There's just no way to do that normal style. Cosmic Salads, thank you for gifting a sub, by the way. Is this a second Harvest Fanatic of Veronis? Yeah, so I'm going to get around to that combo in a moment. But for now, right now, what I want to focus on is just like making sure that our card quality is good, our curve is efficient, because right now, we don't have a really good way to weave in protection and stuff. I actually like Parallel Lives in this deck, and that's not something you're going to hear from me often. But the fact that Ghired is an attack trigger means we can wait to play the Parallel Lives until we know it's going to copy a creature. I don't really know if I like the Molten Echoes. I think I just want more Jaxes. So for me, that's going to come out in like form of like Fable the Mirror Breaker. Right, Fable the Mirror Breaker is just so easy to deploy. It ramps into your commander because you go this on 3, turn 4, you attack with the Shaman and make your land drop. That's 5 mana. That's Ghired. And then it also filters cards for you, so you'll hit your next land drop after that. And then it flips into Kiki Jiki that starts copying shit. How do you even cash in viewer points for a review? So, right now I haven't been turning them on stream. Normally there would be like a channel point redeem option, 45,000 channel points. I've been finding recently that doing 7 decks a stream is really hard to like maintain the energy all the way through. 6, I can do it. 6, 7, some might say. But what I might end up doing is like once, twice a month, once in the early month, once later in the month, maybe a few streams here and there, just sprinkled in if I have time, where we'll just do channel point redeem streams for the free deck reviews. And it's 45,000 channel points. And like that, I'm gone. Oh, the 6-7 joke. Helios, you're so sensitive. Look, I got 100 bits for saying 6-7. Non-token creature enters. Yeah, I don't like Shadow Flame Conjuring either. I want more like Kikis. So early game, you're playing Kikis. Late game, you're using the Kikis to explode people. Sure, fuck it. Why not? Radiant Destiny sucks, though. This needs to go. It's +1/+1. Oh, I've Glorious Anthemed all my creatures, finally, in the late game when I have the City's Blessing. No way. Garrick's Uprising, that makes sense. Elemental Bond. It makes less sense than Garrick's. I like that it gives Trample. Caretaker Sound, that makes sense. Aura Shards, mwah, perfect. Evil, 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 disgusting card. Creature tokens you control have haste. My issue with Roar Resistance is Ghired. Although if we're gonna add that one combo in, I want to keep it. So we'll see how you feel about the combo, and then that will determine Roar of Resistance's fate. Reconnaissance is broken. Rhino. Rhino's getting +1/+1's a lot less important than like Saprolin's getting +1/+1. You know what I mean? Like Saproling getting +1/+1's doubling its power. Giving a Rhino +1/+1, that's like fucking 10% of its power. It's more like 20, but still. Not that good. I like Lightning Greaves. Lightning Greaves here is going to work out very well when we add the funny combo. Swords. Okay, so like when I'm talking about cheap interaction, I'm talking about swords, by the way. I'm talking about swords. I'm talking about Mizium Mortars. And I'm talking about Winds of Abandon. These are cheap interaction spells that let you cast big threats in the same turn, but also they allow you to overload them, and these two become one-sided board wipes. Okay, I think Cultivate comes out. I know Cultivate ramps you into 5, which is nice, but I think I just want Dorks in this deck, in all honesty. I think Ocelot Pride's a little too slow, by the way. I appreciate the Bramble Sovereign. I just don't know if it's going to be doing as good of a job as the Kikis are going to be doing, which we'll get to soon, hopefully. Rhinos. I want to look through all the Rhinos. I imagine you've already done this because you're a freak. But we will... Affectionate. But we will double check your work, I suppose the best way to put it. I have tags. That's beautiful. I'm not going to look at them, because I imagine your removal's in the removal and your protection's in the protection, and the Rhinos are in the Rhinos. That doesn't tell me what Rhinos aren't in your deck, which is something I want to learn by doing type Rhino sort mana value. This is a Rhino on the back. When this enters, create a treasure. Then you may discard a card if you do draw a card. This sucks. Okay, great. Although we could run the other battle that searches for a non-human. Wait, is this cool? Wait, is this cool, chat? Where you go, bam, here's my Trugga Cliff Charger. And then this tutors you may discard a card. If you do, search your library for a land or battle card. You can get any land that you want, or you can get Invasion of Ikoria now. And Invasion of Ikoria is a green Sun Zenith for a non-human creature. And then you beat it up with your Rhinos, and then it flips into Zalortha, which gets everything super trample. You may have all your Rhinos assign combat damage as though they weren't blocked. I wrote off every single battle the moment they released. Well, this one has a fucking Rhino on the back, so stop writing them off, Buster. This is cool. This is the coolest thing Rhinos has ever done, besides Stonehorn Dignitary, which you already run. That doesn't really fit. That's cute. Yeah, we'll look at land soon. I'm on the same wavelength as you. Darn. Well, it was like blue or green permanent. Damn, rhinos are really not eating well, are they? Jadoon Enforcer seems cool, but you can't really cheat them into play, can you? Mirror Sigil. Why? You're not going to control a blue permanent. Please don't add UB dinos. Okay, sure. Or rhinos. I'm okay with UB mostly, is what your primer says. So I was a little... I'd prefer not to add any UB rhinos. Yeah, sure. So why do you want... Why do you wish you could run this? Maybe you can, by the way. If you really want to work for it. Enchant land, when this aura enters, choose a color. Enchanted land is the chosen color. Blue! You now have a blue permanent. No, I don't think I can. It's a blue... This turns a land into a blue permanent. You could run it. You're just a quitter. But then you kind of have to build your deck around it, but still. I am a quitter. Based. We'll just have this on your radar, okay? If you ever add like an auras package to this someday, right, just keep this on your radar. Some things make blue tokens. True. Blue and green fractals. You could Beza, but you're probably got more cards than everyone else. Discard a card, make a knight. That would be playable. Create a blue fish from Fountain Port. Wait, chat. This is so doable. Oh, I'm in love right now. Okay, I think those are all the ones that are playable. But like, and you can tutor lands in green and you can tutor enchantments in white. Listen, I'm just saying this is possible. Maybe not correct for the deck, but it is something to keep on the radar. All right. No, I don't think this would be that much to run. In fact, fuck it. I'm gonna put it in your deck. I want to see it happen. I want to see this happen. We're gonna experiment. That's what the stream's all about, right, Duskers? We're experimenting. Okay. We do kind of just have a disregard for like our curve a little bit, where it's like, I don't know how to feel about going from 2 to 4, because like what 4, like we have a bunch of 4-drop rhinos, I guess, but like how does that help after playing Ghired? I don't know. I want to set up like token copiers and then go ham with them, right? I want to go Jaxus into Ghired so he's ready to attack, and then cast a rhino and then copy it with the token copier, right? That's our curve. So I guess 4 isn't actually that bad to ramp to. I don't know. I think I just prefer dorks. So Birds of Paradise. Wild Growth. Why not? Malevolent Rumble. Farseek out for Traverse. Because, of course, we got to put in Traverse the Uvenwald. I don't like Myriad Landscape. It feels like we're going to be playing everything every turn. Okay, we have the important land now. It's Fountain Port. Although, I would like to get another... Maybe just like Stump Stomp. Yeah, so hang on. Killer Service. What does this say? This is not bad. I think it's a little slow, which is one of the main problems I was having with the deck. I think Fanatic of Ronus is undeniable, and since we're adding in Fanatic of Ronus, we might as well run Timeless Witness, which also makes token copies, because it eternalizes, and then Second Harvest. So this is a wombo combo. Because let's go on a thought exercise for a second. Creature tokens have haste, either because of Roar Resilience or Lightning Grooves. You have Fanatic of Ronus, or you have Second Harvest. This is a very fun combo here. So, you have Fanatic of Ronus and Timeless Witness. This is not hard to have happen, especially since these cards are also just very good quality by themselves. So, you tap for 4 green mana. You cast Second Harvest. You get a copy of Fanatic of Ronus. You get a copy of Timeless Witness. Timeless Witness gets back the Second Harvest. Fanatic of Ronus. You get 2 Fanatic of Ronuses, 2 Timeless Witnesses. Right. This is a combo where you explode everyone forever. And it's like a 4-card combo with like you needed 7 mana, Eternalize, Timeless Witness. Like this isn't like a fucking bracket 2 breaker or anything like that. Like this is totally fine in bracket 3. I love exploding everyone forever. Exactly. And all the cards are high quality already anyway. So it's not like you're leaning on the combo to like win the game. Because like these cards are just fine to run. Also no haste, right? Huh? Read. Read with your eyes. Oh, I am blind. Yeah, it also works with Lightning Greaves. Because you can Lightning Greaves equips to a Fanatic, tap, equip to a Fanatic, tap, equip to a Fanatic, tap, equip to a Fanatic, tap, and then do it with all the new Fanatics. So Lightning Greaves also works for that, which is why I like Lightning Greaves in this deck quite a bit. So we have 2 more slots. Let's get a couple more Jaxuses in here. So I'm going to do... That seems a little win more. These are transferable, right? It would be a 1/1 Balloon Rhino when you copy it. It'd still be a Rhino, I think. Yeah, I know, but it's also a Balloon and a 1/1. Delina feels like a shoe-in. Oh, no, Delina doesn't work, right? Because you're already attacking with Ghired. Whenever Ghired attacks, populate. To populate, choose create token that's a copy of a creature token. Oh, it's not target. Okay, great. Yeah, this works then. Othyron. Othyron is interesting. I think Othyron's 2 mana to activate though, which is a little problematic. Yeah, 2 mana. That fucks with the curve a little bit too much, IMO. I would rather have 1 or 0 mana copy activations. Or 9. Yeah, I guess so. So this, oh, I guess fodder. I guess Shadow Flame Conjuring works because you play this turn 4, turn 5's Ghired, turn 6 would be 5-drop or less Rhino, and you pay a red. Darn. Yeah, no, I'm normally not a big fan of that card, but I think it works pretty fine here. I don't like Bramble Sovereign. I think Obelisk of Urd's more out of place than Bramble Sovereign is, though. And I think Bramble Sovereign's more out of place than Othyron. Ortheon. Sorry, not Othyron. Ortheon. Let's play Dust. I would not keep this hand. I would not keep this hand for sure. This one I would keep. Goodbye, Museum Orders. Green. No, we don't have enough, sadly, but we can just drop Nesting Dove Hawk here. Being a combat on your turn, populate. Make another night. Swing, swing. Draw. Kiki Jiki 2 red intensive. Yes, and it doesn't come down before Ghired. It comes down to the same mana value as Ghired, which is not good. Okay. I mean, things are moving. Oh my god. It's happening. We control a blue permanent. See, it's literally so free. Why wouldn't you ever run this? Like, this looks more like a real hand too, by the way. Oh my god. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't sleep on birds, everyone. Do not sleep on birds. Oh my goodness, we control our commander, guys. So here, green, green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can X is 5. Railway Brawler. You have Dauntless Escort up. Feels pretty good. You already run Enlightened Tutor, so you can get the Chivalric Alliance with that to turn on the Mirror Sigil Sergeant. I think we won here with the Mirror Sigil Sergeant. That's pretty cool. I think I would always choose blue for this, even if I never saw the Mirror Sigil. Just for the hope. Just for the hope. Dope. I think we're getting rhinos kind of there. Mentions rhinos, but isn't one. Curious. My computer just cracked. Crashed. I see. Create a rhino, then populate that side. It sucks, but these aren't even rhinos. Make a rhino or birthing pod. That's kind of cool. And you have all these token copies flying around. You like token copy a thing and then sack that thing and then it's an interesting thought. I don't know if it's correct, but it's definitely cool. I think this is just good to go, honestly. I don't know if we need to add any more rhino junk. When you pot a token, you only get a one. Not when it's a token copy. When it's a token copy, it copies the mana value of the card. Yeah, token copy copies the cost. Rhinos don't always have toughness greater than power. Anyway, we already searched up like all the rhino cards and stuff. I thought it was just a token no matter what. No. You'll even see this on the reminder text of like eternalized creatures, because the eternalized creatures are token copies. Like, where does it say? Like, let's look at Offspring, actually. I think Offspring is the one with the reminder text on it. Right? If you do make a 1/1 token that's a copy of it, this token's mana cost is 1 in a red, right? Because it does copy the mana cost of the card. Most rhinos are 4/4s, yeah. Most, but not all. There's a lot of, you can notice 2/4, 2/4, 1/4. Anyway, I think Mirror Sigil Sergeant's actually playable. Not because it's good or anything, but it's just funny. Trailblazer. Oh, Outcaster Trailblazer. Yeah, that's actually a really good shout. Because you do 3 mana plot, and then turn 5, you go Outcaster Trailblazer. You get a 1 mana rebate. Land drop, that's 5 mana. Ghired. Ghired makes a 4/4. 4/4 draws you a card. That's literally the perfect card for this deck. Why are you running this instead of Threeman Charm? What? I've taught you wrong. Yeah, there's so many better options than that. A, Thraben Charm. Does double to target creature. I guess it doesn't have planeswalkers. Destroy target enchantment, exile graveyards, though. Like, this is just nutty better. And then also, you have access to Kabira Takedown. And Kabira Takedown's very playable. Does damage equal to the number of creatures controlled to target creature or planeswalker, but it's a land. But it's a land. What to cut? What to cut? Maybe Hour of Reckoning. We added Winds and Mizium Mortars. Elk doesn't like Path of Road. Yeah, generally speaking, I don't like it. Unless we're like a forced shuffle kind of archetype, or we have catch-up ramp. Generally speaking, or like a tokens deck, I can kind of get behind Path or Road. Here, I don't like the token angle of Path or Road being a ramp spell, just because we are making tokens after like turn 5 billion, which is a little problematic. If it's like we drop a jacked rabbit on turn 2 and we attack with it and make a rabbit, and then we erode the rabbit, then I'm kind of into Erode. But here, I don't really like it. Swords is great. Don't give them any material. These are all great. It's 1 more mana, but you don't give them any material, and they're still flexible. Yeah. I think this is good to go. I think I'm going to pass this back to you. The fact that we got the Mirror Sigil Sergeant working, everyone should be bowing and calling me the best deck builder of all time. Quite frankly. That's just my opinion, though. Thank you for getting a deck review, though. Very interesting deck to look at. I like the Rhino restrictions on Ghired. Whenever you take like a really popular commander like this, you kind of put like a restriction on it. It makes it a lot more interesting to build, I find.